text. We're doing the same. What are we doing? What? What's going on? What do you mean?
This guy has a 0. What is that?
NOS.
NOS.
Yeah.
And a blizzard. You might never sleep again.
I came prepped.
All right. We're here. Welcome to the Calm Down It's Fine podcast. If you're just joining us, just save yourself the trouble.
Yeah, and find something else to listen
Find something else. There's so many options nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Episode 107?
Same as David.
Yep. All right. Here we go.
I love Oreos. I feel like there's like no need to ever have any other kind of ice cream.
What's your blizzard of choice?
Oreo.
Reese cup.
They had mint Oreo Blizzard. I would do that because I like mint ice cream.
I love mint chocolate chip ice cream.
High five.
Mint chocolate chip ice cream.
Yeah,
No,
dude, that
thank
stuff's
you.
awesome.
No,
Nope.
mint chocolate chip
They
ice
have-
cream is the best.
Talking to your mic.
Oreo has mint Oreo ice cream, and it's the best thing in the whole world. Like
I could see that.
It is life changing. I don't have anything to do with it.
Yeah, I gotta get you another mic.
That sounded weird.
Well,
He's trying to tune in on YouTube
yeah.
and watch Dustin eat a blizzard.
Turn the radio dial to YouTube and see what's happening on here.
Turn the radio on, dial to YouTube.
Yeah, dial it up. Dial up YouTube.
So what's new,
Yeah,
guys?
it's been a little bit.
You were
No harsh, loud sounds because I got a baby upstairs sleeping.
David. Were you born before or after they invented dial up? Be honest with me.
Before? When was dial-up invented?
I don't know. I thought you. Well, that means it was after. Because
Someone explain what dial-up is. I remember it.
dial-up internet.
Yeah, it's
like-
when you, in
like
order
a
to
phone
use the
cord.
internet, you
Yeah.
needed to plug your computer into your phone line.
Yep.
And it would make this noise.
I'm gonna kill these dogs.
And if somebody tried to use the phone, it would make your internet cut out.
And then you'd beat them. You'd be like, are you kidding me? It took me 4 days to get where I'm at.
Yeah, I remember my grandparents had dial-up internet. We didn't have internet. My parents didn't have internet until I was an adult.
We didn't have internet at our house. Do what?
It's winter time. We got ice cream all over our beards.
Little snack.
If
for
you were
later.
on the phone, you couldn't get on the internet, or vice versa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't have internet at
And if
our
you were,
house. We
you
had
would
it.
call someone,
Yeah.
and it wouldn't go through. The call would just go.
Yeah, it was.
Like,
Yep.
Dad would call home and be like, Michelle's on the internet. It was a whole different knife time.
Wasn't it like a
I don't
whole
know.
other like world? Like
You got
the
your
fact
phone?
that having like a landline phone.
When was dial-up invented?
What about landline phone? I mean, like that was like when I was a kid. I thought like the landline was like the coolest thing in the world.
I still remember my home phone number.
I was at a flea market and I got a Jeff Gordon like corded like phone. Like it was
Ready? Here we
like
go.
his truck.
All right, what are we doing?
He's looking up the thing.
Yeah.
Kind of scary when you think about it. Scary.
It's like I heard that yesterday.
Yeah.
And you're just like looking at like the little thing as it's like connecting.
Yeah, that's like the most annoying nostalgia
The
ever.
little AOL guy is like,
Why was it that
Yeah.
sound? That's exactly what it sounded like.
I think it's harmonics probably from the electrical signals.
but when was dial-up invented?
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
distracted and saw that.
Because I don't know if I was born before or after.
It's gonna be 85.
85?
It's
I
gonna
was
be-
born after that.
It's gonna be 85. Ready?
Wait. Let's place our final bets here. He says 85. I'm saying I got ice cream. I'll leave it.
That's so gross, dude.
Sorry.
His ice cream was in
having
his beard and now it's in the pop
It's
pop
fine.
filter.
It's not there
on it.
anymore. At least for
It
a
is
little
on
bit.
this
Don't
side.
look at it. Stop.
It's so
That's
gross.
fudge, you moron. I'm saying. All right. He says 85. I am going to say 88.
I'm going to say 89. I do think it's the
Are we
80s.
Are we doing Price is Right rules?
Oh, we could play. I was gonna say 89, no matter what.
That's
I was
Price is
born
Right.
in 95, so it would have been invented 10 years before me. I don't think that's gonna be it. So I'm gonna move mine to 91.
91. Okay.
Price is Right rules. Let's
I'm gonna
go.
stay at 89.
Ready?
Yep.
The first prototype of dial-up internet was created in 1979.
Oh, we all
Oh my
lost.
goodness.
I would have won if I kept it.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Not
The
Price
first
is Right rules.
commercial dial-up internet service was offered in 1992.
Oh, okay. You said 91.
So Price is Right. He would have won.
So I was born before commercial dial-up.
By Sprint.
Hmm.
You know, radio phones are coming back now.
Rest in peace.
You guys remember Nextels?
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Are you serious?
Like, yeah, all the Dan Patrick Show, all these major sports podcasts and radio that they're talking about these radios.
Hmm.
It's like little phones.
Yeah.
And that doesn't cost any money monthly.
Yeah.
And it just it's nationwide radio. You don't have to. It's like a satellite radio. Yeah.
Isn't it crazy that radio is still like I feel like radio's just not going to die. I mean, you look at like all these like big like radio stations. I mean, they're the ones that put on a lot of concerts and stuff. They're still making like crazy money. With all of the technology we have, people still like the radio.
Yep.
I haven't listened to the radio in, I don't know, probably like 15 years.
Really?
I will listen to internet radio.
Yeah.
So like I have an app, I can listen to a live Dan Patrick show.
Yeah, and a
or
lot of
whatever.
a lot of people do that. I think like iHeartRadio has like their own
That's it.
version. Yeah.
I go to iHeartRadio.
I've heard about that app. I just haven't ever.
89.5 is the classical music station in Salisbury.
I think I used to listen. It was, I want to say it was like 92.3.
What is that?
I don't know. No, the classical music station.
Oh, there's like two. And 89.5 is one. They're all about the same bandwidth, so 92 would be pretty close, I guess.
But yeah, it was either late 80s, the classical music station, and
Yeah.
then I think early 80s there was like an old time Christian station.
Mm-hmm.
But I think 90. Wow, like I'm saying this, watching somebody's gonna go and like check, and it's gonna be like some rap radio station or something.
Yeah, don't fact check us. 'Cause
Yeah.
we don't have the facts straight.
I don't know what numbers I'm saying. Somebody who's listening to this that lives in Delaware might go check that and be like, well, there it is. Brother David's listening to rap music
He's
all the
listening
time.
to rap,
gonna be.
and watch it be like not even like a regular rap station. It's like you're tuned into 92.3, the dirty rap station.
The dirtiest rap ever.
We only play stuff they won't play on the radio station anywhere else.
We're trying to get canceled. It probably is though, because I really don't know. I haven't listened to the radio in like 15 years. So
The only thing I listen to is classical music sometimes.
I remember when I was a kid, my friends used to listen to, what was it? It was Kiss 101.7.
I thought you were talking about the band.
No, that was the name of the radio station.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, and I remember when I was a young man who was trying to get away with things, I'd ride in like my friend's car, and I'd be like, "Yeah, let's listen to that radio station." I do remember that.
I'm sure you do.
Have you ever what about like which podcasts have pretty much replaced this, but like because you used to have like radio shows,
Yeah.
you know, on like Lone Ranger.
Oh,
It was a radio- yeah.
right.
show.
I thought you were talking about like a political show.
No.
Which they still have.
No,
You mean like it was
a
like
TV show, like a series, you know, like there'd be dramas or crime shows or whatever. You'd listen to it on the radio.
That's some of the best entertainment.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, War of the Worlds.
Yes.
It was a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Well, originally it was a book, and
You're a book.
got me.
Your mom's a book.
I'm an open book. Originally it was a book, and a guy read it on the radio, and he read it so well on the radio that people thought,
yeah,
we were actually being invaded by aliens, and people were like freaking out over
War of the
it.
Worlds is about a, like Martian invasion.
heard that.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
That
he
sounds
it was
familiar.
because this was, I mean, it was, what is it, like the 40s, I think, when that
it was like crazy long time ago.
and it was New York, like New York City, I think it's what it was. Like it was a big deal.
yeah,
like,
people
what
It
thought
was
like
in the 40s.
Yeah,
Turns out it was just the Japanese.
just the
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It was a long time ago.
Yeah, it's
I
a shame
can't
we didn't
remember.
win that war.
That's why they caught us by surprise because we already had one scare.
Yeah, that was a crazy year.
Yeah.
What?
I don't.
One was fake and one was real.
Well, dude, I think about like, okay, so every time I have like Pearl Harbor Day, it's like, oh, whatever. But like,
7th.
yeah,
Gratitude.
but when you really think about it, I mean, like, can you imagine being alive in that point in time, and then like coming, like the news is like, the whole fleet is gone. Japan just blindside, like
How devastating.
that hasn't happened to the United States in
ever.
forever.
Well, now people are so desensitized to everything. Now the government's like, we have evidence of UFOs and aliens, and people go, we don't care,
Yeah,
because nobody like cares about anything anymore.
That's
yeah,
right.
you're right. You're absolutely right.
I had something to say before we went off into that, but I forgot now.
Yeah, look at
By the time we're all dead, how many dates do you think there are going to be that we're just supposed to know just by saying the month and the day?
You mean like
What do you mean?
September 11th?
September 11th,
Oh, yeah.
December 7th, 4th of July.
there's something for every day.
January 6th. Like
Dude, you can go online.
What was December 7th?
December
Pearl Harbor
7th,
Day.
Pearl Harbor.
Oh, okay.
But my point is, like, there are so many days like that.
Or was it the 6th?
What?
Pearl Harbor Day. Was it the 7th? Because now I'm questioning it.
Day of Infamy was the 7th.
You're right.
The famous speech by
Okay, all right. So
Roosevelt.
Yeah.
That's good. At least I learned something in school.
Um.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure it was the 7th.
Well, then, yeah, and then it was. Isn't it weird? Like, so, like we talked about. Oh my gosh, what's the word? Help me with numbers in the Bible.
Numerology.
And, yeah.
numerology.
We talked about numerology last one, and like, okay, so Victory Day in Europe from World War II was May 7th. That's when the Nazis were officially defeated and the war was over in Europe.
Huh.
Isn't that weird?
What was D-Day? Nope.
That was this 6th.
July.
Yeah.
June.
Plus- or no, June. Yeah, June 6th.
We just talked about numerology, and it came up at church Sunday night.
But isn't that kind of like weird?
Yeah, how like we
Like-
just talked about it, and then it came up, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
No, well, you weren't talking about that.
Well, I was talking about that, but like what I was talking about. I mean, isn't that like interesting? Okay, so like the day that will live in infamy. That speech that was the 7th.
Mm-hmm.
Day before, like all these
The
people
actual
died.
day
Yeah.
of infamy.
Yeah. Was it like? Or
December 7th, the speech about the infamy.
I don't want to get it wrong. Someone's gonna correct me.
Also, my birth month is the 7th.
Let them do some work, Dustin. Just let them do some work. If they want to correct us, it'll create some content.
Yeah. You should put out a poll to see
I'm just
how
gonna
much people
look up something
subscribe
random
to numerology.
and say it. What is? Oh, here's the best birthday card ever. It's your birthday today. I'm glad you weren't aborted.
Okay.
I told Cassie, I wish she was aborted today.
Oh, you told that to him today.
Yeah. I said,
Why?
Did you say it's not too late?
he
Yeah, that was so funny.
he was. We were on a ladder. And
Yeah.
There was an overhead furnace in this
Yeah.
garage that is a beach house on pilings.
Okay.
So the furnace is in the garage, but it's up. It's underneath the first floor, which is the ceiling of the garage.
Yeah, I was right. June 6th.
Which
Anyway,
the Monday was the first time I've ever seen like those houses like
on pylons.
yeah. Like I've always seen like beach houses on
Where have you been living?
Yeah.
All these beach vacations you take, you've never seen a house on pilings?
No, I've seen already built
Oh, but then
houses.
driving them in?
Yeah. The Monday was the
I'm going
first
to say
time.
something right now that's going to make you feel a lot less stupid. So my whole life, I thought it was pylons
Just until now.
until right now.
Pylons?
Yeah,
What did you say?
Pilings.
pilings.
Pilings. And you said pylons.
I had no idea.
He's been trying to score touchdowns his whole life.
I was like piling. I'm like, that's what it is.
So yeah, I've seen beach houses
No
like
one's ever corrected me.
like
You've
already.
been calling them pilings
Yes, pylons.
or pylons?
Yeah,
But
no
I've
one told me.
That's
never-
the end zone right there, a pylon.
I've never seen like it looked weird because it looked like Lincoln logs were like holding the top
looked
of the
like-
house up.
It looked
That
like
dog looks so sad.
It does.
It's just like it looks up at you like it's an old grandma
He's-
that's like, I just miss my grandkids. You're like, oh my god,
Lived a
don't do
full
this to
life.
me. Yes, you have. You precious blind. You got a weird lump over here.
Oh my
we
goodness.
all get those eventually.
I'm done touching that.
Yeah. So I've never seen like that stage of a beach
Did you
house.
see how they drive them in the ground?
No, they weren't doing that when I
They got
was
those,
when I
like-
was down there. Because I was in Bethany Beach
You ever
talk about? You tell them how they do it to the pylons.
to the pylons,
Well, pylons don't exist.
and then a
So-
football player runs over.
They have like a big truck, and it's like a crane, and
It's
it pulls it up, and then they literally it's like a weight on a tower, and it goes kaboom, kaboom.
It's like a giant, literally
Oh,
like a
kinda-
giant
yeah,
post
kinda-
driver.
Same thing when they're like putting in like state road signs and
Yes,
stuff like
but
that.
yeah, but this is like it's like huge, and you hear it for miles.
Yeah.
Just gong,
Yeah.
gong.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. When they do, like the big overhead signs that are on like they drill like they auger like this. It's like a 60-foot deep hole or something crazy like that, and then they they do all that stuff. Yeah, that makes sense.
That dog has like no legs.
So why are you so obsessed with this dying
You know
dog?
what kind of scared me at first? I was like, what
It's not
happened?
dying. It's Max, and if my wife hears this, she's gonna rebuke you all because this. She's
Oh, it's just like
15.
her baby.
It was like her baby.
It's the best dog I've ever seen.
And so
We should all
young
get
and
more.
youthful and full of life.
Anyway,
Just got myself out of the hole.
Your wife doesn't listen to these, does she?
no,
Okay.
Sense case. And
Oh, speaking of wives who listen to the show, my wife was
She listens
up
to
in
it?
arms today
About what?
to tell me that puffins are not penguins and they're not even close.
They were penguins. Puffin penguin.
I didn't call him a penguin. He did.
He
Yeah.
did. Yeah,
There are a
she
few
was,
penguins.
but I didn't know this. She said they're not penguins. They're not even in the same family.
I'm googling.
And she was like, you guys
Dustin,
are idiots.
it's good to put out some false information because it stimulates traffic.
Bro, she was like, dude, I was like, I didn't know I married a puffin expert. And she was like, I was like, you're so passionate about this. But she wanted to set the record straight. She was not going to let you besmirch the puffin name.
I thought penguins were penguins.
Well, okay. My whole life I thought they were penguins.
Yeah, she said they're not, like, I go, well, one, it's been a couple weeks.
But I'm
since-
not the only one. See, there's all these articles that say puffins are not actually penguins.
Right.
So there is a group of people that are like me.
I think it's a common misconception,
Yeah.
for sure. What I'm saying is, one, it's been weeks since we talked about that.
I can't
So
even
she
see
texts me today and she goes, puffins are not penguins. And I go, all right, crazy lady, what are you talking about?
Yeah, but we released the episode last week, so it wasn't like we recorded a month ago.
Yeah.
So it wasn't. She was 1 week behind.
Yeah, but it's been so long since we talked about it that she was like, puffins are not penguins. And I was like, what are you talking about?
Okay.
And she's like, I'm listening to the podcast. And I go, we talked about this? And she's like, yeah.
Yeah.
And she's like, and all of you guys are wrong. And I was like, oh, she goes, I thought about emailing in, but I figured I would just text you about it instead. And I was like, okay.
What is she, like a puffin lover or something?
I guess, dude. She was, bro, some like childhood trauma or something.
She does not
in
want to
there.
go to Iceland.
What is she puffing?
Bro, because she was like, hunting penguins is illegal universally. And I was like, universally? Like, they're not even allowed to do it on Mars?
You can't go to Mars and kill a penguin. It's
And
in their constitution.
She was like, it's illegal everywhere, but you can hunt puffins. And
I definitely feel like in places like Greenland, they don't care if you kill a penguin.
Bro, if you go to certain places in the world, they don't care what you do, period.
Like Greenland, like they're just about survival. You know, they're like we don't care. We'll just kill it all.
Cold.
They're making puffin coats.
Yeah.
They're making penguin coats. When I was a kid, I found out that it was
Try this search. How many puffins per coat?
how many puffins, dude, bro? We're gonna be like a knockoff 101 Dalmatians.
How many puffins does it take to make a coat?
Siri's just like, what's wrong with you?
See if we
These
can
are all like they won't let me know about the murder of puffins. It's all about this is why puffins are awesome.
To me, it sounds like there's only one way to find out.
see if we can get a puffin coat.
Yeah, can you get a coat made out of puffins?
Let's look it up. Puffin coat.
I see. I feel like that's just gonna show you what puffins look like.
No,
Like
these are not what I'm looking
No, how?
But there's a Duluth Trading Company men's parka on sale for $90. That does not sound like a sale.
Mark down or mark up?
Marked down. It was $130, so you save
$40.
Yeah. There's a company called Puffin. Hold up, that makes jackets. Puffin beverage. Oh my gosh, it's like a coat, like can cozy that looks like a jacket. That's so weird, but oddly cool.
But you would want it.
I do.
I don't want 100%.
So, this one's like a NASA spacesuit. That's cool. Dude, I don't know. They won't let us know.
Dustin's falling.
Let me ask you this.
We could have Greenland to find out. Yes.
I've been thinking about this recently. All these new iPhones and all these smartphones, they're all like AI or whatever now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the difference between Siri and the AI?
I don't know.
Can say,
I feel like, isn't that...
hey, Siri, look up puffins. And
yeah.
So what's
what is the difference?
Yeah.
Okay, so...
and I've got it on my phone, not like... yeah, I'll search something. Puffin coat. Or... and it would be like AI...
the AI generated, yeah.
Well, it's not popping up now, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's the first thing that pops up, and I'm like...
On Google, yeah. So
what,
it's like...
okay.
It seems pointless. So what...
I don't understand what the difference in Google and AI is.
David, use your head right now. Tell us.
I'm trying to understand the question.
He wants to know what the difference between Apple
I
and
think what you're asking me is like, what is the difference between like my phone has?
I know what AI is,
Mhm.
but on my phone,
You have Siri.
what's the difference? And now that's their main advertisement, or AI technology.
So
I don't really want my phone being any smarter.
Yeah.
well, that's what I think. Siri is not Siri. I believe uses AI to learn different, I guess like habits and stuff that you use and stuff like that to like be more of like a personal assistant. Yeah. But I think at the base of it, I mean, and I could be wrong about this. This is just my understanding. I believe like Siri and Google Assistant and stuff like that are just programs that are kind of like search engines, or you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, hey, can you send this text message for me? Sure. Boom. Hey, can you do this? Sure. Boom.
Hey Siri, send a text message to Dustin.
Seems like you usually message Dustin with messages, so I'll use that one.
So,
what do you?
So I can do the same thing there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is that's what Siri's for? It's more of a program, whereas AI is, it's kind of like it's more. It's like its own. It's kind of like its own brain in the sense of like
about to make service work a whole lot easier.
Yeah, like my phone has Google Assistant. And what Google Assistant will do, it'll do tasks for me, like if I'm put on hold, my phone will hold for me and then let me know when I'm off hold. Or if I can screen calls, I can do a bunch of different things. I can ask it to
make you a grilled cheese.
I can make it I can make it set an alarm, put a task reminder in my phone, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I also have Google's new artificial intelligence thing called Gemini.
Mm-hmm.
And I can show it to you after we're done recording. I can sit down and just have a full on conversation with artificial intelligence on my phone.
Yeah.
And I could be like, hey, can you explain to me the difference between puffins and penguins? And the phone will be like, it'll just talk to me. And I'll be like, really? That's interesting. Where are puffins like where are they native to? And then it'll give me, and it's like, it's its own like brand. It's not so much a program that does tasks for me like Siri or Google Assistant. It's like its own entity that like, that's just the way I understand it.
Yeah, I understand.
And I'm probably like amateurly wrong about it all the way around, and I'm probably giving my information to the Chinese or something. But
No, that's I just don't really want because my this phone, if I take off this case, it's completely shattered on the back.
I think every iPhone in existence is like that.
Yeah, so it's like I don't really want more. I don't want more
I don't want more.
brain.
No mas.
Yeah, it just scares me.
I don't want more.
What are you doing, Dustin?
I'm
I'm trying to.
you
My
guys-
wife's texting me, and I'm like, I can't really text right now.
I'm honestly, and I've told Kenzie this, and she's like amusingly irritated at it, but I'm kind of done with iPhone. I feel like it's
Nice.
Join
us.
it just hasn't like, I understand it's simple, it's whatever, but like it hasn't done, they have not done anything to innovate in like forever.
Join us.
You know, like I mean, okay, so when like the iPhone came out, it was great, and like the whole
Dude, super big on
period-
innovation.
they-
Apple was.
Yeah, they were great. iPhone 4, Steve Jobs, like this whole, it was just amazing.
Changed the world.
Yeah. And then even the iPhone 5, it felt like was a pretty good improvement because it.
And
just
then
made
it's
everything-
been the
then-
exact same since.
Yes, and then since
the
then it was just
7.
like, let's just follow Samsung around and see what they do. like, dude,
They're like copying the schoolwork.
when Samsung made that commercial with the phones where it was just showing how Apple followed Samsung around and copied them every year, it's like how can you watch that and then be like, yeah, we're better. Like, it doesn't.
That's why. Well, that's one of the. So 2 things. That's one of the reasons why I like the Google Pixel, because the Google phone does try like a bunch of weird stuff.
Yeah.
Like they tried.
Even if it's a total flop, they're like, yeah,
they
just
will
try it.
They will try it. It'll flop, and then they'll get rid of it.
Well, there's a new button on the new iPhone. Huh?
Does it fold in
It's
half?
a picture button.
Oh
Have you-
snap! I used to have
Yeah.
a phone that
Nintendo?
did that. No,
Snap.
no,
You went, oh snap.
bro, I'm
Yeah.
funny. I used to have a phone that had a picture button on it. But so that's one of the reasons why I like Google. But really, the biggest issue that people were so big into iPhones, and this is an American thing,
Mm-hmm.
is the green versus blue bubble.
Yeah, you're totally
Still
right.
is.
Huh?
It still
That's
is.
still like a big deal.
But it's not
Kenzie-
so much anymore because Apple just adopted RCS. This means absolutely nothing to anybody that doesn't like deep dive into this stuff. But Apple was forced to adopt RCS, which is rich chat or rich communication services.
Mm-hmm. What, as opposed to like SMS? Is that like?
Yeah, so Android has RCS, which is like basically the same as
What about-
iMessage. And
Is it related to SOS?
No.
you can send SOSs on it. So Apple refused to adopt it so that iPhones and Android phones could like play nice. Cause like if before when it was just SMS, if I sent you a video, it'd be blurry, the pictures would be terrible, stuff like that.
Yeah, because it can't communicate.
And Apple would refuse to do it. But because majority of the phones outside of the United States are all Android phones,
Yeah.
Apple's really only big here.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other countries, Android phones are the big ones. So other countries forced Apple's hand. Were basically like, we're going to make it law in our country that you have to do this.
Wow.
So Apple was like, fine, we'll do it. So now, like, if you update, I believe it's what, iOS 18? Is that what everybody's updating to?
No idea.
If you update to that, your iPhone will have RCS, and now Android phones and iPhones
are synced.
Yeah. I think will probably still come up as green bubbles
because iMessage is like a separate thing.
But it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
And now it's literally
with that new phone. It doesn't matter.
With the new iPhone that's coming out?
With the new update, you mean?
Yeah, with the new update. If you update to iOS 18,
let me check.
Then it should your phone should play nice with my phone.
Rich Communication Services, RCS, is a communication protocol standard for instant messaging primarily for mobile phones. Developed and refined by the GSM Association, it aims to be a replacement of SMS and MMS on cellular networks and with more modern features including high-resolution image and video support, typing indicators, file sharing. So it's the same...
It's iMessage, basically.
I didn't know you could do it.
But so they had to do it because iPhone wasn't working in other countries, and they forced their hand, so they couldn't just do it there and not here.
Yeah.
I don't know how you'd be able to.
Yeah, I don't know how they would be able to do it in specific areas and not do it here. But that's essentially what it was. Is Android was like, we've created a solution for our phones to work better, to like work more cohesively, and Apple was like, we don't care.
Yeah.
And then they did that. That went back and forth for years. Like Google was like, come on, do it. And Apple was like, no. And then other countries were like, we're going to make it law that you have to do it.
I feel like it's funny that so people like that are into like Apple or whatever, they'll berate Steve Jobs and say he was like a jerk and all these things. But since he's died and is no longer part of the company, they have become so money hungry in everything. Like, and even to the point where they know that they have such a great following, it doesn't matter because, at least here, because they openly admitted to slowing down older phones on purpose to encourage people to buy new ones. Like, how do you?
I thought they did it because it was supposed to prolong old battery life. Like if your phone was old, the battery would last longer if they slowed your phone down.
Do you really think that is what they're going for?
I don't know.
No.
But they did admit to doing it on purpose.
Cars aren't made to last either. They want you to get a new car.
Look, so
they got you.
I fell for the dude.
I'm
in the rat race.
I'm going to say this publicly. All right, I've always owned and. I don't really care.
You don't have to confess your sins.
I am.
Dude,
listen,
have you thought about
I've always owned Chevy trucks, and it's not like a personal thing. I don't really care, but like
gasp. I'm so glad that you've come out in the open with this.
I'm aghast.
But
yes,
my truck's had a bunch of issues, and it's 2011, and I've had to fix a bunch of those things. But now I'm at like a standstill where like I need to like all the work I've done. I need to put a new motor in it. So I've been doing a bunch of research on it, and I didn't think about it. When after the government bailouts in 2008 with Bush, like, because GM almost went completely bankrupt and lost everything.
Right.
So that since then, they've started
GM.
General Motors.
Like your grandfather, Jim?
No,
Jim. No, not Jim.
So, and like, if you trace all of the issues that GM, like, cars have now, like, or over the years, it all started after that. So after that, they just started making junk. And it so my truck has active fuel management, which is where it'll shut off 4 cylinders to conserve fuel, which sounds nice, but it's super destructive to the engine because you have oil pressure in all 8 cylinders, and then you just drop it in 4 cylinders.
And Japanese cars will last forever.
Yes.
Literally forever.
Subaru Japanese.
Oh my goodness, dude! Were you triggered?
I'm like, have you not heard of Ken Block?
I just gotta get in my Forester,
dude.
Okay,
so
well, some of them are like
for the listeners.
Did you say Cameron?
I said some of them.
Oh, I said Cameron. Some of them. I already got to them.
No,
Cameron.
So
Cameron Casimiro
Manorizo. They have a Forester that I've seen or no, not the Forester. It's the Outback. That's kind of cool. It's got some weird package on it. I don't remember what it's called, but it's pretty neat.
There's no cool Outback.
Cameron and his cronies won't let this argument die.
Kinsey sent a picture.
And by
The
his cronies,
other-
he means my wife.
Yeah. The other morning, Kenzie sends us a picture of a lesbian. It was like, what is a typical Subaru driver? And it was
Yeah,
like
and
this
it was like this,
lesbian
yeah.
and all this other stuff. And it was just a goofy picture or whatever. And I was like, oh my gosh. First, my initial
It
reaction
said-
was, why are we still
It
talking
said,
about this?
I asked AI to generate a stereotypical Subaru owner.
It's like a lesbian with a mullet sitting
Yeah.
in front of was that a STI? Was that WRX or STI?
Yeah, a lesbian
I don't know.
would not be driving that.
No. So
That's like the one car. Like if they were going to like make fun of like
They should
them
have
being gay, they would have
put a Spanish guy there.
So immediately,
I've never seen this. Have you? I've never seen this.
I go on
Never.
the offense, knowing that Dustin's gonna. Well, actually, I didn't know Dustin was gonna back me up because his wife was the one I was coming at. But I was like,
I gotta stand, dude. I have to stand behind them.
yeah. So I was like, immediately I just start talking about. I don't even remember what I said. It was probably nonsense.
Probably
really.
the best thing ever.
And then Dustin came through clutch.
With a
I'm
With the
gay
backup,
Ford
with the
I'm just saying,
reinforcements.
I've never seen a lesbian drive any other car but a Subaru brand car.
Well, you're in luck because today I was at a house, or yesterday I was at a house. It was a lesbian. She had a truck.
I don't know if I would call that lucky, but
I feel lucky.
Oh, in Greenwood. I don't remember what road it's on, but I've done her maintenance 2 years in a row. She's a lesbian. She's got a F-150.
Okay, well,
what I'm saying is.
So
Oh yeah, because
Oh,
you
uh,
sent a picture of
I
the
did.
gay Ford truck, and that made me laugh so hard.
yeah. Well, okay. Do you remember when
Ford
the
very
the-
gay Raptor.
Yeah,
The Ford very gay Raptor. Dustin said that to me. I was laughing so hard.
do you remember when?
Speaking of cars, Jesse sent us a picture of his car,
Did he?
Oh yeah, he was talking about it at your youth
And-
rally.
and I will say,
Is it cool?
I forget what did he say he
I
bought?
don't. What is this?
it's beautiful.
It's not loading. Oh, there it is. What is it?
I can't. I don't. Is it a WRX?
It's the best looking Subaru I've ever seen.
That's a WRX.
Bro,
isn't it?
yeah, dude, that's a Subaru, bro.
Yeah, I know. I've never seen one quite like this. I
That's
think it's awesome looking.
That's the race car.
That's what we've been literally talking about this entire
That's the
time.
car that's what, like when I say Subaru, I will
That's the
never.
first thing I
don't
think.
ever mean any of the
Why
other
have I
ones.
never seen one like that?
I don't know.
My question
Are
is,
you blind?
no, he's being dumb.
I haven't.
No, how have you not seen that?
I might have
had-
seen an older version, but that looks brand new, which it's close to it, but it's really
Yeah.
good looking.
They started switching like the hatchback. I don't know what, like 2014 or something.
It's a stick, right?
What-
It better be.
Yeah, it is.
I don't think. I don't. Can,
Of course.
You
Better
can't.
be.
You can't get it. Can you get a WRX that's automatic?
I don't. Probably.
I mean, I've never. I don't know. I've never seen one that was automatic.
Probably.
He sent us that.
My buddy in the army, his name was Jesse Harvey, and when we came
Shout
back
out to
from-
Jesse Harvey.
That's right. When we came
So
back
this
from
thing is a
Afghanistan,
nice car. Like,
dude. That thing rips.
Yeah.
Like oh my
like,
god,
would it be loud or is it
Uh,
fast?
it would be fast.
It'll be very
It'll be
fast.
very fast.
Why
I
is
think
it
he said.
fast?
I think he
Because
said he's
it's
got a.
all-wheel drive. It's probably an inline, what twin turbo maybe.
Yeah. Well, I
Um,
think he said he's got a turbo in there,
Yeah. Well, so that's a.
which means it probably whistles when he gets it going.
Oh yeah.
Like it probably
So here's the deal.
if he's driving it the right way.
My-
It's the anyways, I bought a Subaru WRX Limited, which is a 4-door sports car with a 4-cylinder engine.
Yeah, inline four. It probably is turbo then, because
It's I think he said it's turboed
yeah.
when he was telling me about it at the youth rally.
I'm not super well versed on all the like trim packages they offer and everything, but I know
Was mine 2-cylinder? My Mustang?
no, that was a
No,
6-cylinder.
His
No, it was
No, your
4-cylinder.
your
his was a
Mustang.
4.
It was a 4.
Yeah, was it?
Yeah, because I
I
used to
never.
I used
It was
to
a
call
turbo boosted 4-cylinder.
Yeah, his was a 4. I used to call it a phony pony.
No, it definitely was.
That's
It definitely was, but it was so good on gas, and I bought it from Logan. He bought it for I bought it for him he bought it for 22 grand, and then I bought it from him for 16,
he just can't help but
and
lose
then
money.
I sold it for 18,750.
Oh my goodness.
2 years later.
That's funny.
Hustling. You only had it for 2 years?
Yeah.
Huh. I thought it was longer than that.
The way everyone talks, I thought it was like for a long time.
Nope. 2
I
years.
thought it was longer than 2 years.
The thing was fast. I always outran everyone off a line because it was like woo, and then it was
Yeah.
like me.
Yeah.
Like when it leveled out, it was lame. But off the line, it was just. It would suck you in there,
Yeah.
dude.
Right. That's why my bike is. My bike in the low gears is
Mhm.
so zippy and it's long and the acceleration
Yeah.
is crazy high.
Same as my minivan.
And then it tops out because it's not a big bike.
Yeah.
And then it's
Pretty
just-
though. That car was pretty. I don't know cars though. I mean, like I didn't want a GT. I had my truck and I needed something else, and it was like, oh,
I love
that's
cars.
a good deal.
Oh.
So I just bought it.
For sure.
So Jesse Harvey, when we came back, he bought a brand new
Shout out to
WRX,
Jesse Harvey.
Yes, inline four twin turbo, like it had like with the rally package, everything. Dude, this car was so cool. We went out to was it Chattahoochee State Park in Newnan, Georgia, and it had just rained, so like the whole trails were kind of muddy.
Yeah.
And we were just ripping it, dude. I mean, he was taking corners in the dirt at like 70 miles an
Who's
hour,
Jesse
and it
Harvey?
just hugged the road. It was the
Shout out
most,
to Jesse Harvey, his buddy
there were a
from.
couple times where like he
Army.
kind of veered off and into the mud, and we thought like he's gonna get stuck, and he didn't. Like it's just the most insane thing I've ever seen like on the road before. It just like you just couldn't stop it. It was it had all this power. It was so light. It was so cool. Like if I had an opportunity to ride in that again, or like a Lambo,
So I'm not really a Lambo
I don't
guy.
really care. Yeah.
I've never really.
No, what's cooler than a Lambo? Well, I like the Countach. I
will say this. I
It was
think.
pretty.
Yeah. No.
It
yeah,
was all blacked out.
that is cool.
I'll say if you come across somebody, if you tell me
That's cool.
I know a guy who loves Lamborghini,
Mm-hmm.
I immediately think this is a child.
Yeah. Because yeah. Look, most
If you go,
You're
go.
right.
I have a friend
This
who
is a child.
loves Lamborghini. My brain goes, he's 15 years old.
you can easily get
All right, let me.
a supercar with better interior, better design, faster, more power for like way less money.
That looks.
It looks
so, much
cooler.
better.
Like
So much better.
McLaren's awesome. Pagani, like,
Yeah.
and the history, that whole history, like, dude, that's pretty sick.
Yeah, dude, I mean, if you're going super,
Look
I mean,
at this guy. He's a.
I mean, no, that's gonna be like wildly expensive.
now if you go supercar,
Koenigsegg, I mean, that's pretty.
if you're gonna go supercar, I guess I'm just a basic guy, bro. I would
interested.
absolutely love to have a GTR.
Yeah,
What's that?
that's pretty cool. Nissan GTR.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, but I think they
What is
just
that?
got
Gran
discontinued.
Turismo Racing? Is that what it stands for?
Probably something like that.
I don't know.
But it's. I mean, it's basically. Remember how I told you my dream car was that R34?
Why don't you just buy your
The
dream car?
Skyline?
You just bought a car that's just as expensive as all of your dream cars.
That is true. I did just buy a truck that is
Dude, all right.
as expensive as my dream car.
Let's do this right now. All right, real quick. Like top 5 dream cars, like throughout any period, like ever.
Number one
number-
is
number one.
My number one is the R34,
Very respectable. Number 2, go.
R32.
Okay.
Or should I split that up or should I?
I'll allow it. I think it's fine.
I'm
Yeah.
not into anything old. I'm into everything new.
I'm gonna say I'm a big
I'm the
JD.
other
I'm
way.
a big JDM, which stands
I
for
know you're
Japanese.
JDM. Yeah.
So like a Supra would be on that list.
Dude, you have a dude. Okay. So here's another thing. Like every once in a while, there's
You're
one
gonna lose
car.
half our listeners because this is boring.
No, they're gonna love it. We're
This
gonna
is
get a whole
boring.
new audience.
You. My bad. Lamborghini.
I
They're
don't-
back. They're back.
Lamborghini is a slow horse.
I saw on Facebook
Is
Market.
that true?
Is the Lamborghini a horse?
I don't know.
I think that
told-
their
I-
thing's
I
a
was-
bull.
I
It's a
was
bull.
Right.
Oh, Lamborghini sounds like a pasta dish.
No, I was hoping you'd think I was thinking Ferrari. Because I don't know.
Lamborghini sounds delicious.
Anyway,
No, that's
I didn't mean.
Linguini.
I'm not trying to take too much time with this, but they had the 92 Supra. Like what is that? Mark 3,
2?
2?
It's a 2 or 3.
Anyway, they had that on Facebook Marketplace, beautiful, like totally redone, next to a brand new Supra, and the Mark II was worth like $10,000 more.
Oh, I
than
believe it. Well, the brand new
So-
Supra is just a BMW.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Continue. So
no,
number three.
no, let's-
number three is Supra. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, probably. That'd be
Then-
my.
Wait, we had to pick 5 cars.
Yeah, you have to pick 5.
I'd have to think about it and get back to you. Off the
All right.
top of my head, those
All
three
right,
are.
I'm gonna go right now. Ready?
Go.
All right, number 1, 69 Dodge Charger with the 426 Mopar, the first Hemi ever made. Like, just the most
I want to throw
beautiful
Herbie
car.
on my list.
Herbie is on there. I don't know. He's like number 3 or 4.
The General Lee.
Oh, yeah. The number 2 would probably be, I don't know, the 72 Mustang Mach 1 Fastback. Pretty sweet car
Okay.
with the Boss 302 and Ram Air. It's pretty sweet. Mine would be a lot of muscle cars probably. I like
Challenger is
The-
my favorite muscle car. I love Challenger.
I like Challenger. They're like the only muscle car that has had kept the same look the
They
whole
just
time.
look mean.
They
I
do.
love it.
My third would probably be a truck. It'd be a first gen Dodge Cummins pickup truck. I think they're so beautiful.
Okay.
And then with a like 12 valve Cummins, like what a great motor.
Cameron's top 3 would be.
Yeah, pick mine, and I'll let you know if you
Okay.
get
Yours.
Number-
His Cameron's top 3 cars.
Doesn't it have to be
One
specific?
would be the Oscar Mayer Wiener. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
That was so
Okay.
funny.
Cameron. One. I think Cameron would be super happy if I knew Cameron. Cameron's would be his number 1 would be a truck, and I would say it's probably what, a Chevy.
No, Ford. He's a Ford guy.
He's a Ford guy. He's a Ford guy.
It'd be a Ford. It'd be a Ford
Two?
6.7 diesel, like 25 or 3,500. I'd say he'd probably want it to be white, maybe.
No, you're close. I would get a Ford F-250 Tremor.
I said 250.
Okay. That was
I don't know what a
I
tremor
would get
means.
a
The
Tremor.
Tremor's one of the trim pack. I think it's got
It's-
like one of the Coyote motors that's in a Mustang.
I
or
would
something.
get that,
It's-
and then I would get the F-150 Raptor.
yeah, the
then I would
Tremor is the big boy version of the Raptor, like
Yeah.
the 250.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's $100
like
grand.
okay,
Then it'd be
so,
like a Tesla or something.
Like
No, and then I
the
would.
Dodge Power Wagon. It's like Ford's version of that.
Okay.
And then I would probably. Honestly, this is how lame I am. I would get like a Cadillac Escalade.
I mean, I wouldn't be mad at that. I think
No,
there would
Cadillac
be.
I would-
I'm like more like those are the type of cars that
I would want,
oh,
like-
Suburbans brand new, Escalades brand new.
I wouldn't want to do anything.
Well, to me, I just get it serviced, every month, and that's every 2 months, and they run the diagnostics and tell me what's wrong because I just can't.
Speaking of Raptors,
I wasn't done my list.
Okay, you
let
did.
him
You
go.
named 3
I
cars.
thought we could do 5.
He's got to do 5. I didn't even
Oh,
finish.
I only did 3.
I would do a Shelby,
You
probably,
quit. A Shelby.
just because I
Ooh.
think they're cool.
That's cool.
No, I'm sorry, Cobra.
Okay. Well,
A Shelby. I think a Shelby is. I'm not a big Mustang guy. A Shelby, I respect though.
Yeah, I think Mustangs are definitely. I think they're the Camaro and Mustang are close. Camaros are cool looking, but I think Mustang. I like the history of the Mustang with the B-50, not the B-52, the World War II Mustangs.
Yeah.
And then I just think it's cool. But
yeah.
then
I feel like
I would pick
Chevy could do more with the Camaro, and they don't. They just jump everything in a Corvette, and it's frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't really like any.
I don't really like the new
little
Corvettes.
cars.
I do.
I don't really like.
You
any
like
little
them?
cars.
You like
I
the
do.
new Corvettes?
I think they're cool.
Uh,
I think
Oh.
it's weird that they went to just like straight supercar route.
they look like Hot Wheels. Like they look like Transformers.
Okay,
Bootleg Transformers.
What I hate is Corvette culture.
Okay.
I hate that.
That's
I think
fine.
you can agree with that, right?
I
mean,
don't think I
annoying.
particularly care about any
Oh,
kind.
you mean old white man?
It's all look, they're selling
Pretty spot
Corvettes
on.
to the wrong people. Like that car is never going to go over 50 miles an hour, and it's designed to
I
go
know.
200.
If I were to get a Corvette, I would get an old Stingray. That's what I would.
Stingers are cool. I
like
would
like a gray,
yeah.
a gray. Oh,
I like the early 2000s, whatever.
Speaking-
C that is. I like those. I think
Speaking
those are
of
cool.
Raptors,
I would never
though,
want a Stingray because
C8.
God bless Steve.
Maybe
Irwin.
that's what it is. Just what?
Steve Irwin.
Still got hitters out here, boy. speaking of Raptors, when we went to go pick up the Bronco, we got a new truck. It's a Ford Bronco 2024. But when we went to go pick it up, Nikki was like looking at the Broncos and she saw this blue one that was like parked up next to the building. And she goes, "What about that one?" And I went, "That's a Raptor. That's a $100,000 truck. We're not getting that."
Yeah.
And she goes, "Well, I didn't know." And I was like,
it's got to be. Go ahead, sorry.
and obviously,
it's over 100,000.
obviously, there's no way for her to know.
Yeah.
Right. She just pointed at one. She
Yeah.
pointed at the blue one across the parking lot. And as soon as I saw the R on the back of it, I went, "There's not." And it really was. It was like,
Or,
it's
yeah,
gotta
that's
be.
like,
it's like
It
100,000.
has to be
it's more than that.
So different. Like yeah, you can get a 2023 for 89,000. You know, just
Yeah.
but
It was
brand new. Everything is over 100 grand. But it's got to be the most. I don't know. How, I see so many of them.
Right? But
Like,
a lot of them are like
so-
the older Raptors.
And I feel like I see a lot of new ones too. I'm like,
I
how
think
are
the
they
new
doing
ones-
that? And the Wagoneers. The
Yeah.
Wagoneer is like 110 grand.
I don't
like,
understand
Dude,
any of that.
I went to McDonald's.
I don't know how you can like. So I feel like I'm confused because I'm surrounded by people that drive that, and I'm in a '99 Dodge Caravan with barely any paint left on it, and the front bumper on the passenger side is held on with duct tape. There's a
you ain't got Dave and Nikki money, buddy.
I don't have David and Nikki money.
not anymore.
Listen,
Oh, you have a car.
I had a job on 13 that's like in front of this McDonald's by the 141 overpass, which means nothing to anybody. But anyway, so I parked at the McDonald's to work on the side of the road and stuff, right? I have to walk back to my work truck to get another can of paint.
Yeah.
I walk over to my truck, grab a can of paint, I'm shaking it, and I look over to my left, and there is a Bentley parked next to my work
None
truck.
of us really we picked poor men's vehicles.
Yes, we did.
We didn't. We don't even know the.
There's
Well,
a
I'm not-
Bentley.
I'm not all that into like European cars.
No, I like Bentleys.
The Bentleys are cool. I like
Dave Ramsey drives a Ford Raptor.
Yeah.
You can only go so much, like so far up
Yeah.
on. He's almost a billionaire.
He's American.
My point is, trucks you can only go so far up.
Right.
Well, it depends on because there are some like if you get like original like the Bronco one that's been frame up restoration.
Dude, I sent you a picture of one.
I am pretty sure that that's the guy I go to do his service at on his heating and air equipment every year.
Oh, really?
A
Yeah.
Bronco.
Yeah,
He's
there's
a
a
frame,
guy- I went
like
to a
frame off
car show.
restored, which means like they pulled the body off the frame and they redid everything.
It was pretty.
And
It's
it's beautiful. It's perfect. He had them add like an aftermarket air conditioning
the cup.
system
The
to
cup
it.
holders were horseshoes.
Yeah.
Hey, Bronco, get it?
Look, those trucks are worth way over 100 grand.
Yeah. But this guy, there's a Bentley parked next to my truck, which the first my initial reaction was, man, that is a beautiful car. The second reaction was
Why are you at McDonald's?
why are you at McDonald's?
You could
And then
just
the
casually
third-
eat at Texas Roadhouse or like
And then the
anywhere.
third thought that went through my head went, I'm shaking a can of paint next to a $213,000 car. And I
Yeah.
was like, and immediately I went, I need to walk away before I accidentally do something to this car. And then, but I stood there, I looked at it, I was like, man, that's so pretty. Guy walks out. I said, nice car. He said, he's an old guy. He's like, thanks. And then he left. And I was like, why are you at McDonald's?
Yeah.
But
Gotta eat.
There's a
got to, bro.
I
McDonald's for everyone.
I saw an Aston Martin Vantage, the new one, convertible in Hobith. I was behind it and I'm like, this car is sick. And when he like gunned it after the light change, I was like, I don't want to go to work anymore. I just want to sit here.
I have seen a lot of Cybertrucks lately,
Yes.
like all over the place.
The first
I
one was
have
cool,
to.
and after like, all right.
Yeah, the first 2-3 times I saw one, I was like, dude, look, it's a Cybertruck. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool. And now
dude,
it's like, yeah, there's another one.
I forgot that Cruise Week was in Ocean City
What
like
kind
a week or
of
two
Bentley
ago.
was it?
I'm not well versed in them. I couldn't tell any of them apart. And Aston Martin, I can
Is
only do, like, a
Rolls
couple.
Royce Bentley?
They might
No,
be.
I don't think so.
It just says Rolls Royce.
No.
It just said at the very top Rolls Royce. Yeah. If we were smart, we would have said like But Rolls Royce don't really look
Well,
pretty.
so Rolls Royce, even though it's the most prestigious, like whatever ever, they depreciate in value so much faster than any other car. You can get like okay,
That's because they're wildly overpriced to begin with.
yes. So listen. You like okay? Imagine like the what is it? The silver whatever from the 80s. Like that was like the iconic like rich person like Rolls Royce. You can buy them on Facebook Marketplace for $13,000, like in running working order. They're like you go from having like a $500,000 car to being worth like hardly anything. A commoner could drive that around.
Well, that's all. That's the only thing. It's just because it's.
Yeah.
Oh, who is it?
People only want a Rolls Royce that's brand new. Like no one.
Right.
I think
But
it was.
I
I think it was
watched-
Dwight Howard,
Yeah.
he's a retired basketball player.
Yeah.
He had won a championship, and he had on his because Rolls Royce is the one that's got the
RR.
no isn't
talking about
Rolls Royce the one that's got
the
the
emblem?
angel on the
Yes.
front and that jumps down.
Yes.
So Rolls Royce has a thing. It has like a angel, like a silver or crystal angel or something like that. That's on the front, like a hood ornament. And if you hit it, like if somebody grabs it, like they're trying to steal it, it sucks back down into the car so nobody can steal it.
Yeah.
It's like a security feature.
Wow.
So I believe it was Dwight Howard that had his changed to a NBA championship trophy. And when he wears his championship ring, when he touches his ring to the trophy, it starts the car.
Wow.
That's crazy.
And I was like, that's pretty cool. I think it was Dwight Howard. I saw that.
cool.
Yeah, I saw that online.
There was I saw this thing. They were like it was like a that donut show I was telling you about. They were doing like a trivia thing.
That reminds me, we gotta
trying
get
to
to the
see-
topic.
Do it.
I said that reminds me,
problem.
we gotta get to the topic.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you too.
We'll get there. So anyway, they were doing like a Price is Right thing on like add-ons you could do in like high-end cars. And one of them was this like custom-made analog clock that was in for this whatever Bentley, and it was made by this like really bougie like British or Italian or something like watchmaker. Like it was made like whatever. So they were like, guess how much it was to add this clock to your car? Just a wild guess.
Just a bougie clock to your
A
car.
bougie clock built into the dash of your car. Take a guess.
30 grand.
More than anything you could ever imagine.
$1 million.
Well, not that.
You imagine more.
You went there.
Your imagination's way higher than mine.
I would say realistically, it probably cost a couple $100 to put it on there. But I would say
But did they charge so?
the fact that you're asking me, I'm gonna guess, I don't know, 50 grand, 60.
Do you want to know?
Yeah.
$240,000.
What if he was like, "Do you want to know?" And we were like, "Nah, moving on." And we
Do you
just
understand? To have that clock installed was half the price of the car.
That's crazy.
Isn't
Why?
that just
Do
insane?
you guys remember Pimp My Ride?
Yes.
I used to watch that all the time.
And then you look back at it now, and you're like, those are the ugliest cars ever.
And then like there was that whole
They had a tiff.
scandal about how like they were making the cars look nice, but they weren't actually
And
fixing the cars.
Yeah.
So these people were like, "My car barely runs. Please pimp my ride." And he'd be like, "We're gonna pimp this guy's ride. We're gonna put a fish tank in his trunk, and
Yep.
we're gonna make a popcorn.
Does a guy like
popcorn
fish?
machine
No,
in his
but-
passenger seat, right?" And they did all this crazy stuff to the car, and then they would give the car back, and then the cars would break down like a month later because he'd be like, "Oh, you never fixed my transmission."
Yeah. It wasn't the most brilliant.
So like the show, I mean, like the cars, like when I was a kid, I'd be like, "Bro, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen."
It was like a bunch of grown-ups making Hot Wheels. That's
Yeah.
what it was.
and then it was like, and then like the show like kind of fell under, and there was another show.
Well, there's one. Then it like stemmed from that, didn't it?
There was two other shows that I ended up watching more than Pimp My Ride, which was West Coast Customs
Yep.
and Overhauling.
You ever seen Trick My Truck? That was like a
No,
rendition
I
of-
didn't see
Yeah, it was
Trick My Truck.
No, look, that was that when I was a kid, that was like the thing.
Build my bus.
Dude. It was like
Salvage my scooters.
I'm trying to make some decal. I've got a moped. I'm trying to come up with like a really like funny
You can
like
rap-
scooter
can you
gang.
rap it. Rap your moped.
I want to come up with like a decal. You know, like people have like these truck clubs or like biker gangs. I want to do something like that for the moped.
Do it.
It'd be so funny.
I want you to. And if I ever see you and I'm on my bike, I'll give you the motorcycle wave.
Dude, that's funny.
I do that to guys riding bicycles all the time. It
I
makes
could
me
talk about
laugh.
cars for like forever.
Well,
Like, I
this
could
guy's
just-
having a career night, third most in a game,
yeah, that's Justin Jefferson.
and I didn't.
31st game with 100+ rec yards.
Yep,
Shout out
and
to
I-
Justin Jefferson,
and I
guys.
s-
Shout out to Justin
He's sitting
Jefferson.
on my bench.
He's fan of
on
the show.
fantasy.
Fan of the show, Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, TNF.
Shout out to you.
Fan of the show.
All right. My last two favorite cars of all time, because I never got to
really
finish
thought
my
about
list.
this too, Joe.
WRX, and that's really any variation.
When
like
you
SCI
say
would be
names
cool.
like WRX, just letters in
Subaru.
front of stuff.
Subaru.
I don't know anything.
That's the Subaru that we were.
Well,
looking
No
at.
idea.
World Rally Experience. Is it Experience or
Is it on
Experience?
ESPN?
They have some racing on there. I'm trying to get a subscription to Flow Racing so that you can watch anything.
A Honda
F1,
Civic Type R.
Well, that's cool, but like that's
You're
not
trying.
on the list.
You can't figure it out.
It's a lot of money.
Oh, okay.
It's like 100. I mean, it's not terrible. It's like $100 a year.
Do you know that's what John Cena's daily driver is?
Yes,
Is a Type
I
R.
saw that on something.
It's a Honda Civic. John
Yeah.
Cena's daily driver, his favorite car, is a Honda Civic.
Isn't that weird?
John Cena has more
He's like a
money.
billionaire, isn't he?
Yeah.
Dude, he's got so
much money.
What up?
And his favorite car is a Type R.
Isn't that weird?
And when they make fun of him for it, he's like,
Yeah.
"What, dude?" He's like, "It's a reliable car. It'll go. It's fast. It'll run forever."
Yeah.
And he's like, "I don't have kids, so I don't need to put anything in the back seat." I'm like, "You're so." I was like, "But you're
Huge.
a mountain of a man."
Yeah. That's a lot of man for a little car.
For a very little car. I also watched a video of him and Shaq try to fit.
He's
in
essentially a billionaire.
how much has he got? It's probably crazy.
It's up there. It's not a hard line, but he's, I mean, well over hundreds of millions. So
Yeah.
He's
what is that car? It's just a normal Honda
it's a
Civic.
Honda Civic Type R.
Well,
It's,
it's a fast Honda Civic.
Yeah.
It's a Honda Civic that was made to go very fast.
Is it new?
No, it's been around for a long time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they
New
have.
model, like, does he have new models of it, or he says an old model?
No, he's got a newer model.
Honda Civic, what?
Type R.
It's probably what, 100,000?
Do what?
Probably like 100,000.
Yeah, something like that.
I say it like that's pocket change. 100,000, right? Fine.
Yeah,
Yeah, probably
normal
100,000.
car.
My fifth one though, I don't know. What
Can you
my
imagine
fifth
John
one would be.
Cena riding in that?
Yeah, MSRP $45,000.
That's
It's only
MSRP.
45.
MSRP. Dealers a lot of times will like double that.
Dude, I'm gonna buy a Type R. I didn't know it was only 45 grand.
Yeah, so I didn't realize that dealers like there's no cap on how much they can mark something up. Some states have restrictions on it, but like so when you buying a car, like the dealership only paid like maybe half of that to get the car. So the rest is all markup.
We're just getting scammed.
Yeah,
The guy just bought a brand new
that's
car.
why. That's why.
Just getting scammed.
That's why when you
A sucker's born every
Dustin
minute.
sits here and goes, I don't know how these people do it. I'm driving a 99. You're talking about these people right here.
I'm not these people.
I wasn't envisioning David. We're in
And
it.
Dustin loves my truck.
I do. It's pretty cool.
Talked to a guy today.
I haven't put anything on the aux switches yet. Nothing.
I talked
Put
to
a
a guy
KC lights.
today.
Don't
in
do a
his
light
car
bar.
payment. He's at the job.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful work truck.
It's
Wonderful. My
don't
house,
tell
beautiful.
me. It's gonna make me sad.
$1,100
I would
payment.
I want to throw up. That's almost as much as my
Very,
mortgage.
very pretty truck.
That's not worth it. That's not worth it.
And
Look,
it's more than my mortgage.
It's almost as much as my
It's
mortgage.
more than my mortgage.
Like it's extremely close to my mortgage.
$100 over. It's like $1,150.
What's your mortgage? No, you don't have to say it on the podcast.
No, it's like it was like at one point it was $950. It was at I was at 3.3% interest. And now it's like up to $1,100 because of tax stuff.
I'm at a 3% interest. Mine's $1,285.
Yeah. For your house though, that's super cheap. Your house is much bigger than mine.
We got it. We bought our house at like the absolute
look at
perfect
this thing,
time.
dude. This thing got the roof rack on it with a tire and everything.
That's
Bro, that looks like a zombie apocalypse car.
It's a WRX.
Let's go.
Look at I mean, like, dude, this thing is sick.
Yeah. I would definitely, even then, like knowing like Ferraris and all that stuff, I would my number one
Yeah,
car
but
would be an
Ferrari's like
R34.
really weird. Like in order to buy a Ferrari, you have to have already
Ferrari?
owned a Ferrari.
Ferrari.
Yeah,
Ferrari.
Ferrari won't sell to everyone. Like you have to go through an approval process to buy one. They
Yeah, and
examine
then-
your history, your relationship you
and
have
then
with Ferrari.
If you do something wild with the Ferrari, I think it's somewhere in like the paperwork where Ferrari can be like, we're taking our car back now.
Really?
Because who's that guy
Who's
on
the
YouTube?
influencer? That was a McLaren.
we were talking about Whistling Diesel.
Whistling Diesel. Whistling Diesel.
He
got
went. He went through that.
Yeah, Whistling Diesel is a guy on YouTube, where he gets like crazy expensive cars and then just does ridiculous things to them.
Yeah.
Like he's like, hey, I just bought this $60,000 car. Watch me
run into a bus with it.
Yeah. Like he destroys like
But
exotic
he's
fancy
making
cars.
stupid money doing this stuff.
So he got a Ferrari and what did he do to it?
I don't remember, but he destroyed that thing.
He did, but before he destroyed it, he did something. He like customized
He
it.
did. He
in
had
a
some
specific way.
customizations. And, well, Ferrari does not let you customize
Yeah.
it at all. It's
So-
got to stay the same.
He customized his Ferrari, and they were like, "No, you give us your car. Give us the car back. You're not allowed to keep it." He's like, "It's my car. I'll do what I want with it." And they're like, "No, you represent Ferrari. You can't be doing these things to your car." And he's like, "You can't stop me."
Did he get sued?
I don't know if he ended up destroying the car. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if it ever went to court or anything, but yeah, because
I don't
Ferrari,
know.
when Ferrari sells you a car, they make you sign paperwork like, I am representing a brand by having this car. I will not.
You have
like,
to show
hurt
up to
the
a certain
brand.
number of Ferrari events in a year. You've got to it has to stay maintained. Like there's all the dead serious.
Yeah, you want to talk about car culture? That's
We're talking about
terrible.
legalism.
Yeah. Look at this. I think isn't this the most beautiful? Look at this.
Oh,
Look at that.
that's
Isn't that just sick?
What is it?
It's just this is the Supra,
oh,
93
goodness.
Supra. Take it.
No, we don't.
Look how interested he is in it.
I don't know,
Dude, it's
his
like
face
beautiful.
is his face is literally disgusted.
Oh, it's the most
I've never seen somebody
amazing
look at a
thing.
Supra and make this
Look,
face.
he had guess how much?
He made a face. He made a face like somebody just offered him week
Bro,
old Brussels sprouts.
guess how much
We
wheel
said, look at this,
horsepower
look at this
thing
Toyota
has.
Supra, and he goes,
Is there some trauma in your past?
It's
"Yeah,
amazing.
bro, you got some trauma in your past. You know,
Guess
pack
how-
that."
Guess how much wheel horsepower this thing makes?
Real? How about fake?
Wheel, no wheel.
Well, it could be.
With
you
the
could,
Supra,
You could have been saying real.
I don't know how much. Tell me.
479.
It's the way Barry says real.
Do you understand? Huh? I don't know. What's he talking about?
That's the way
Toyota
Barry
Supra
says real.
I took a picture of a Supra that was being sold, and I sent it to my friends. And Andrew goes, "Dude, I thought you were sending me a nice car. It's a Toyota." And I went,
What?
"You are dumb."
That's what I would have said.
Look, but look.
I was
look,
like, "This is coming from
look
a
at this
guy."
Eclipse.
I would expect that to come from a Camaro owner.
I
I
feel
think
like
the Eclipse. I haven't seen an Eclipse in a very long time.
I saw him
Does-
today in the parking lot. I was like, whoa.
Does
look at
Ebert
that.
have a Camaro?
He used to.
That tracks.
Yes, it does. Doesn't it though? You look at Andrew Ebert and you go, Camaro.
Yellow.
I don't know what color
Seems
it was.
like
It was either yellow or white with black racing stripes. Look at this.
I want to.
super shortstop vibes.
Yeah,
It's super short.
yeah.
stuff.
I think it was his first car was a Camaro, and I'm like, and like you said, that tracks.
dude.
That's funny. It does track. I don't know him that well, but it seems.
But you
right.
look at him and you go,
Yeah.
Camaro.
I want a Kai truck.
What's that?
The mini trucks, Japanese mini trucks, like Mitsubishi little ones.
Oh,
You know what I'm talking about?
why?
Because they're cool, dude.
Why? I want a Volkswagen van. And I'm gonna paint it like the Mystery Machine.
Yeah. Surprisingly, I don't have that same desire.
Hey there, comrades. Thanks for tuning in to the Calm Down It's Fine podcast. If you liked what you heard this episode, be sure to like and subscribe on YouTube and share that link. We want to get the episode out. We want as many new listeners as we can, and we want the old listeners to keep coming back. So be sure to like and subscribe. Find us on social media at CDIF Podcast. If you want to donate to the show, you can find the link to do so in the description below. So thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.